Well, I am going to start. At any time during this review session, if you have any questions, please unmute yourself or send a message in the chat. I will be checking. Alrighty, so this is our October MTCC review. So our first unit is Unit 5. It is Lesson 1, the House of Habsburg. So we skipped Unit 3 and Unit 4, and we are going to do Unit 5, and only Lesson 1. So the first section this lesson is the rise of Spain. So before the 1500s, Spain was not a populous country or wealthy. So populous means like they didn't have a lot of people living there and they weren't rich. They were kind of a poor country. But that changed after Spanish traders found an abundance of gold and silver in the New World, or where like the Americas are. Okay, so an abundance means like a lot of gold and silver. They found a lot, and from there, they would use big ships to grab all of the gold and the silver, and they would bring it back to Spain with them. And after this, became the Spanish Golden Age, because they came from a really poor country, and then they got a lot of gold and silver, which made them a very wealthy country. And after that, they became the richest and most powerful country in Europe. Now, Charles V, remember V means 5, okay? V means 5. So Charles V, he came from an important royal family, which is called the House of Habsburg, which is what our reading is called. And he was the ruler of both Austria, not Australia, Austria, and Spain. And then in 1519, he was elected as Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. So he was a very, very important man in Spain and Austria at this time. He owned a lot of land. He was in charge of a lot of people. All right, any questions about the rise of Spain before I move on to the next section? All right, moving on. So our next section is called Catholic Kings. Now, again, talking about Charles V, he was a very strong Catholic. And because he was a very, very strong Catholic, he wanted countries in Europe to stop leaving the Catholic Church. They were kind of leaving a little bit more and more at this time, but he was a very strong Catholic, so he wanted them to stop leaving. So what he did is he fought many wars against and persecuted Protestants, which was a religion that was against Catholics. But he fought many wars against them. He put many of them in jail. He killed some Protestants because he did not want people to leave the Catholic Church. But that did not work. And so Charles V kind of gave up, and he said, you know what? Okay, I'll create the Peace of Augsburg Treaty. And this treaty was signed in 1555. And this treaty said that there are two religions in Europe, which is Catholic and Protestant. So he allowed people. Does someone have a question? No. He allowed two different religions, Catholic and Protestant. But then after that, he retired, which means he stopped being in charge of all these countries. He stopped. And after he stopped working as being in charge of all these places, he divided his empire into two. And he divided it into two, and Philip I, which we will talk about, he became the king of Spain and the Netherlands. Meanwhile, his brother Ferdinand I took the Holy Roman Empire in Austria. All right, any questions about Charles V or any questions about this section? No? All right, moving right along. The Armada, the Armada. So we are on page 54 if you were looking at your book. If not, we are just following along. So Philip the Second. Philip the Second. So, oh, I made a mistake. I accidentally put Philip the First. This is supposed to be Philip the Second. Whoopsie. Okay, we're talking about Philip the Second. He believed that he was the defender of all Catholic countries. And because of that, he actually won Europe's first victory against the Ottomans. And remember the Ottomans, we talked about them in Unit 1. He also made Madrid the capital city of Spain. And because he believed that he was the defender of all Catholic countries, he wanted to conquer England. And this is because Queen Elizabeth of England supported Protestants who were living in the Netherlands. So he said, that is not okay. I want to take over so we can make this country a Catholic country. But was he successful? Did he win? No, he did not. So he made a giant fleet of ships called the Spanish Armada, which is like a giant group of ships, and tried to invade England in 1588, but was not successful. And after that, the Spanish Empire lost much of its wealth and its power. All right, before we go on to Unit 6, is there any questions about the House of Habsburg? Anything about the Armada, the rise of Spain, or Catholic kings? I'll take your silence as a no. All right, moving on. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, can you see? Okay, there we go. Alrighty, so, the rise of England. So we have our Tudor monarchs, And so on Unit 6, we're on page 62. So Tudor monarchs, they became the rulers of England in the 1500s. And Henry VIII, remember, V means 5, and then 1, 1, 1, 5 plus 3 equals 8. So Henry VIII, and he is right here. He was the second Tudor king. And he did not want to stay loyal to the Catholic Church. He did not want to. So, because he did not want to stay loyal to the Catholic Church, he made England become a Protestant country and became the leader of the Church of England. So they left the Catholic Church. They said, we're all done with the Catholic Church, and they became a Protestant country. Now, down here is Elizabeth I. She ruled from 1558 to 1603. And remember, she was his daughter. So that's her dad. And she ruled from 1558 to 1603. And under her, England became very powerful. They became very powerful. And under her rule as well, many English sailors started to explore North America. And in the 1580s, England started colonies in North America. And North America, kind of where America is now. All right, any questions about Tudor monarchs? No. All right, let's keep going. All right, now we're on to the time of Shakespeare. So right here, this is William Shakespeare, kind of a scary face, but yes. So William Shakespeare. He was born in 1564, and he had moved to London in the 1590s to become an actor. But what he is known for is being a playwright. So he has wrote some of the most famous plays in history. For example, Hamlet, Macbeth, and Romeo and Juliet. He wrote all of those. And he was made an official playwright, so someone who writes plays for the royal court. All right. And he also influenced the English language by introducing 2,000 new words. So he had a big influence on the English language. Okay. And his plays are translated into many different languages and performed all around the world. So do you think he's famous? The answer is yes. Yes, he is. All right. Any questions about Shakespeare? No? All right. And lastly, the section about the pilgrims. So the pilgrims, talking about religious conflict. So from 1618 to 1648, the 30 Years' War was a long religious conflict between many European countries. And after it ended, many people thought it was important for all people to have freedom of religion. So they didn't want their country or their government telling them which religion they can and cannot have. So after the 30 Years' War, they thought it was important for them to be able to choose their own religion. But the Pilgrims, they had left England because they were being persecuted for being Protestant. They were being targeted. People were being mean to them because they were Protestant. So they left, and 102 of them left and arrived in North America in 1620. And the colony that they lived in was called Plymouth. They gave it the name Plymouth. It's not Plymouth, but Plymouth. At first, they suffered. But they eventually survived. Eventually, they were fine. And many settlers after that followed them to North America. And then from there, it kind of spread and people started moving to America. All right, any questions about the Pilgrims before we go on to comprehension questions? No. All right. All right, so I'm going to ask comprehension questions. You can send your answers in the chat. You can say it. But our first one is, how did Spain become the richest country in Europe in the 1500s? How did they become the richest country? If you said Spain found a lot of gold and silver in the Americas, you would be correct. So they were able to become a wealthy country because they found a lot of gold and silver in the Americas. Nice job, everyone. All right, my next question is, which family did Charles V come from? Which family did Charles V come from? I got one answer. Good, you guys. If you said the House of Habsburg, you would be correct. And yes, this is what they looked like. Look at their faces. That's actually what they looked like. Kind of scary. But yes, that is the family that he had come from. He came from the House of Habsburg, which is easy because that's the name of your section. All right, next question. Why did Charles V want countries in Europe to stop leaving the Catholic Church? Why did he want them to stop? All right, and the answer is he was a very strong Catholic. Nice job. Nice job, Alice. Nice job, Justin. Good job. All right, yes, he was a very strong Catholic. So he did not want other countries to continue leaving because he wanted them to stay Catholic, but they left. All right, next question. What did the Peace of Augsburg Treaty say? What did the Peace of Augsburg Treaty say? All right, and we'll wait for someone to respond. Nice job, Justin. All right, good job, Ian. The answer is that there are two religions in Europe, Catholic and Protestant. So if you were Protestant, that means that you were free to practice your religion. You weren't going to get jailed or killed. You were able to um, practice your own religion without getting killed. All right. And my next question. Why did Philip II want to conquer England? Why did Philip II want to conquer England? All right, I got an answer. Good job. All right. So the answer is Queen Elizabeth supported Protestant rebels in the Netherlands. And he wanted to conquer them because he was Catholic and he did not like that she supported the Protestant rebels. Wonderful. All right. And now we're on to the next section. So the rise of England. Who made England a Protestant country and became the leader of the Church of England? I'm looking for a specific person. If you said Henry the Eighth, you would be correct. Henry the Eighth. Yes, nice job, everyone. Good, good. Yes, Henry the Eighth. He made England a Protestant country and became the leader of the Church of England. Wonderful. All right, next one. Who was considered the greatest playwright during the 1500s? Should be an easy one. Nice, everyone. Good job. Good job. Good job. Yes, it would be William Shakespeare. There he is. Good. William Shakespeare, who, yeah, was the most famous playwright and became an official playwright for the royal court. Nice. Already true or false? William Shakespeare did not add any new words to the English language. Good. I love that I'm seeing false, false, false. Good. That is not true. How many new words did he add? Do we know how many new words did he add? Nice job, everyone. 2000, 2000, 2000. Wonderful. Great job. Oh, you guys are so smart. Good. Yes, he added 2000 new words. That's a lot. That's a lot. All right, my next question. What did many people think was important after the 30 Years' War ended? What did many people think was important after the 30 Years' War ended? Nice job, everyone. The answer is that all people should have religious freedom. All people should have religious freedom. That no one should tell you what religion you should practice. Nice job. Alrighty. And why did some very strict Protestants leave England to make a colony in America? Why did some very strict Protestants leave England to make a colony in America? Nice job. Good job. Oh, there we go. Nice job, everyone. So the answer is they thought they were being persecuted in Europe. So they thought they were being persecuted. People were not being kind to them. So that's why they left. Good. All right, I think we have one more question. What two problems did the Pilgrims face in North America? What two problems did the Pilgrims face in North America? Oh, you guys are so smart. Nice job. It is sickness and hunger. Good job. All right, so that is the October Honors 3 CC review. Does anyone have any questions before I stop sharing my screen? Don't leave yet, stay. Anyone have any questions? All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. Oh, no, okay. Thank you, Yuna. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a second, so I'll tell you, just stay on. All right, hello. Thank you for coming to my review session. I would suggest looking over your study guide that I gave you. I would suggest looking at ePoly, especially week 7 and 8. And please review your readings as well. Okay, but it's really important that you look at ePoly. All right, and remember that your MT is on day 1, so it's going to be on Tuesday. So make sure that you're prepared and you're ready for Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. All right. If no one has any questions, you are free to go. If you have a question and want to stay on, you can do that. Otherwise, bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Of course, Ian. Bye bye. Bye, Rachel. Bye. Bye bye.